Okay, here's maybe a better close-up view of what this Schlitter D-Truck looks like. This is the top side. All right. This is the felt side, the back side. That's what's going to go against my slab. But I just wanted to give you an idea what it looks like. It's maybe, I don't know, an eighth of an inch. The top side. See a little membrane? See that? Yeah, that's a better shot. So there it is. I only have so much to work with, and I'm going to treat it like every square inch is, you know, like gold. So let's pan you over. I'm going to start my layout. I hung this thing up just for whatever, because, you know, it's pretty. Look at these. Look at this. When do you ever see perfect notches like this? I mean, come on. I know, you know, occasionally, well, I know you should always see them, right? And you do. I'm just like, oh, come on. I don't know how many takes they had to get before they got something this perfect. I mean, that is like absolute perfection. I mean, I can see some, you know, some whoopties. I don't know if that's just a camera or whatever, but I mean, look at that. Perfect. So if I get something along the road that's this perfect, I'm gonna take a video of it and show you. Okay. So what have I done besides goof off? Oh, I went to Wally Mart, got some goodies. I came in here, I figured let's do some work. So I started making some marks, some witness marks, some, you know, just some tick marks, so I kind of get an idea how I want to run this thing. And you can see my 39 inches. They're in several spots. And maybe I'll explain those as I go. Right. So, you know, rehashing just a little bit. You can only run it front to back and side to side, or you can do a combination of both. So I want to figure out, here's what I'm thinking. Let me pull you out. Here's what I'm thinking. And I might not do this today, I might just lay it out, but here's kind of what I'm thinking a little bit ahead, fast forwarding. Say I figure out where I want my cuts, and I know which direction I'm going to be running this stuff. I'm not going to cut it in here, because you don't have to. And it's probably, I mean, you could, but I'm not going to. I'm going to take a measure from wherever for instance, say this is the tub wall, right? That's the tub wall, even though it's not a wall, it's still a wall, to all the way over. Now, see where my 39 is? My 39 comes right down to about here. So that means that this part of this wall is waste that I'm hoping I can use somewhere else, right? So that this whole corner is going to be waste because I'm cutting it out because I have an angled wall here, obviously. So once I take a measure, and it will have to be all the way closer in to my parquet, not my parquet, my pergo, which is definitely not parquet. Don't even. So once I get a measure, I'll have actually two runs. I'll have this run that's going to encroach on the door, and then I'll have this run that's going to do the same thing. So those two runs will be the same length because they're all going in the same direction. They're all essentially stopping inside this doorway. And the only waste I'll have, I'll have two pieces of waste. I'll have, see where this 39 is? Right there. So that 39 is going this way. So I'll have this little bit of waste, and I'll have this little bit of waste. And I'll show you what I'm talking about with the waste. Hold on here. Okay, so this next one, I'll have this little bit of waste coming down here, right? This will be waste, and this is waste. Now, when I say waste, I mean waste for this particular piece. Did I spell that right? Give me a I know. When I say waste, it means that yeah, I won't be using it in these 2 runs. Okay, but I'm hoping that I will definitely going to try to use it somewhere else. For instance, this is a big piece of waste right here. This one here. So when I get down to, now remember the shower, I'm gonna quarter turn it and run it this way. So there's going to be a seam here. It's going to be a seam here. It's going to be a long seam here, right? Because we're going to butt, right? And then butt, and then butt. So there's going to be like a T, you know, a butt and a butt and a butt. So, yeah, butt. So when I get down to the toilet area, my 39 stops right here, and that's pretty good. My 39 stops over here because I was thinking about running one big piece from that wall all the way down, stopping at this wall, and then taking a measure, but then I would have to move it over. Like if I started from this wall out, my 39 ends there. If I started it from 39 over here, it stops over there, right where that mark is. So I decided to go this way. This way, this way, this way, this way, and this way, and use the fill. I'm going to need fill for back here where the toilet is, because remember my 39 stops there. Okay. So, you know, I like layout. Layout is good. You know, that definitely, if you're learning a trade and whatever it may be, flooring or, you know, and you need to do figure layout. You have to know what you're doing, and it's a good test for yourself to say, hey, yeah, this is what I'm going to be doing. And I like to, you know me, if you watched in my videos, I like to see it in my mind's eye, and this helps me see it in my mind's eye. I already kind of knew what I had to do, but now I'm going to try to make it easy for myself and get my cuts, get my length measures. Right? Length. And this, let's see, that goes all the way over there. Another thing I can do, no, I have to quarter turn that. Because remember, I'm going to be putting the Ditra in, not where, I mean, it's not going to cover the linear drain, but it's going to surround the linear drain. Because that's where the tile's going to go. So wherever the tile's going to go, I need to have the Ditra. So I have these 2 pretty much figured out, these 2 runs, but then when it gets over to here and that run, see it's 39 from here over to there. And if I can't really do much about it, again, as long as I butt and, you know, it'll be fine, but I do want to have a solid piece of the Ditra in here, and that brings it out. I'm going to bring it out to here somewhere. So we'll get by. There's going to be some more waste over here. And what I mean, and the waste will be, I know, I'm making this a little bit long, so hold on. The waste is going to be, let's see, where's my 39? The waste is going to be somewhere around like this. Where's my 39? Yeah, the waste is going to come down right around here. This is going to be my waste. Something like this. Where's my 39 stop? Okay, it's right there in this corner. So this is waste here too. So far I've got 3 areas of waste that I can use behind in this area, right? Oops, you know what? Here I'm not showing you. Yeah, I can use it here, and where else could I use it? That's almost it. So what I need to think about now, and I'll probably do this a little bit off camera, is this the best way to minimize my waste? Because well, obviously with these corner walls, you're going to have waste regardless, because it's a corner wall. It's an angled wall, not a corner wall. It's an angled wall, and it's not, you know, you're going to have to cut up to it, and the remainder of what you don't cut, what you don't use, is waste. So hold on a second. Let me think about something. Okay, but I was just thinking about if I move everything this way, but I'm not going to gain much, because if I move everything this way, when I did my 39s, I started from this wall. So what I mean by if I move things this way, if I start my 39s down here, like say if I put my tape up to it, let me try that, hold on. Okay, so this is just quick. So if I start my 39s off of this wall, which is my toilet wall, or my exterior, but my toilet's back here. The first 39 is pretty good, it's right there. So that, I like that, that could work. The second 39 is right around here, which is not so good because the shower starts here and I'm going to be quarter turning in the shower. And that still gives me waste. But what I could possibly do is bring it up to here and then fill in the angled wall with some waste from that wall. So I'm trying to use that waste over there. And I think I might be able to use this waste over here for this fill. But that's going to remain to be seen. Okay, so we have this one, and here's the third one. So, and that's the final run. So I got here, and you can see where my 39s are from this way, right? See that? Let me push it in so you get a better, it'll be so easy to see. All right, so there's my 39s coming from this wall. And my little pencil and my razors are kind of 39s from that wall. So there's my first 39, and this is running it front to back, right? Remember, front to back. So first 39, second 39, third 39, fourth 39. Now you might be asking me, well, what's the 39? Well, remember that the Ditra is 3 feet 3 inches, so 36 plus 3 is 39. So that's where I'm getting the 39. I don't really say 39. I usually say 3.3, but you know, sometimes I get lazy and say, yeah, you know, I just put it to inches, because in the field, I don't think we ever used to say just the inches. We would say feet and then inches. So that's just what I remember. I don't know what they do that nowadays, but back in the day, we used to do feet and then inches, and then fraction. You know, 3 feet 3 1/4, right? Whatever. So I kind of like this, because it allows me to do a full sheet in here. Not that I'm worried about the toilet, but allows me to do a full sheet in here. And don't forget, I'm going to be quarter turning this. And full sheet here with some waste, and then a full sheet there with some waste. So I got some options. And like I said, if I run out of this, because I only have this one roll, and what was the, oh yeah, here it is. I have 46 feet and change to work with, 46 feet. And I didn't take my length measurements yet, but I will. So maybe I'll do it both ways. Maybe I'll start with my 39s this way and take all my length measures. And well, my length measures aren't going to change with the big sheets, the big runs. The only way they might change is with this one and the toilet one. So, all right. I know I probably confused you, but it's not confusing if you think about what I'm trying to do. I've got to figure for the Ditra install with the least amount of waste. And even if I'm going to have waste, don't get me wrong, I will have waste, but if I can use the waste and finish covering the floor, I'll be that much ahead of it. I really don't want to run out or have the waste too small where I can't use it. I have these big pieces of waste, then I have to go to Lowe's to get some more, because I don't know what the smallest stuff they carry. I had to buy this big roll because they didn't give you too many choices. So anyway, let me leave you with, my shot of my little artist's rendition, or I should say architect's rendition. Well, either or. So I'll leave you with that. There's no measurements in there just yet, but I wanted to kind of take you along for the ride just to show you kind of like the methodology you use. Now, not necessarily you, but just how I come around getting my, plan together. And this is just one of the little toolboxes, or one of the little tools in my toolboxes. All right, thanks for watching. I'm going to post this thing up. Hope everybody's having a good day, and there's going to be more to come.